As you can see, Jagex is telling us there's a 5 limit clue scroll stack on clue scrolls now. However, you can do more than 5. I have 6 clue scrolls on my screen right now. They're all beginners, sure, but you can do this with any clue. You can pick them up, you can drop them, just like before, and I can go get another clue by woodcutting if I wanted to. I will post that clip now. Okay, what do we have here? That gave me 2 clue scrolls at the same time. One was a medium, one was a beginner. And if you see here, obviously I can't pick this beginner clue up, but I have 5 in my, well, because I have 5 in my inventory. But I can open one, I can drop it, I can pick this one up, and I can redrop it. So essentially, you can stack 5 clues in your inventory, and then, well, really 4, and then you can still drop and rotate. If you're on a Slayer task and the boss drops elite clue scrolls, and you already have 4 in your bank, and it drops another one, well, now you have 5, and you think, oh, I got to go do my clues. No, you don't. You can just drop the clue at the bank when you go bank, come back, keep killing the boss, and if it drops you another elite, you go drop it at the bank that you dropped the other one, or you drop it outside of the boss room, and you go back in and finish your Slayer task. Is this going to help with rating? 100%, unless you're like a mega scaler. You can get 5 elites, drop one at the bank, go run another Tob, go run another CM, go run a Toa, come out, because you haven't been in there an hour, drop that elite that you just got in there, rotate the other one that you dropped outside before you started another raid, and go right back in. And that way you have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 elite clues if you want to. This is just basically all this update did was buy you a little bit more time to go finish the task you were doing, so you don't have to go straight into doing your clue scrolls. And they mentioned that in the blog post. Let's get into it. This is probably the best update ever. I'm not even kidding. Man, we needed this like 10 years ago. So the whole premise of this is for you not to stop what you're doing, so you can go straight back, so you can keep doing the task you're doing and then do your clue scrolls when everybody logs out for the night after raiding, or if you want to finish your Slayer task or something like that. That's why this is good. As you could see in that clip that I posted, you don't have to, or you have to be very careful with what you pick up here. This blog post is a little confusing because as a max player, I can hold 5 clue scrolls. So when it says if you try to pick up a stack of scroll boxes from the floor while at the current limit, you'll be met with the following message: some of your clue boxes were destroyed as you have too many of that tier. So do not drop the clue boxes, but you can drop the clues and you're golden. Okay? It's incredible. Another great thing that they did is when a bird nest drops from the nest, it puts the clue scroll straight into your inventory when you're woodcutting. So you can walk outside, you can go take a shit, and you can come back, and if you got a clue scroll from a bird nest, it goes straight into your inventory. This is great. We love this. Yeah, so just don't drop boxes and try to pick them up when you have your limit in your inventory. Even when you have a clue scroll, it knows it. So if you can only hold 3 hard clues and you try to pick up a box after you have 2 clue scroll boxes and a hard clue in your inventory, it's going to delete the other 2 boxes. So don't do that, and you'll be okay. Now you get a message when you're opening imps. This is good. They had this before. I mean, who doesn't want that, right? The way you get your reward, this is a little confusing because the blog doesn't really explain things perfectly, in my opinion. So when you spawn into RuneScape as a beginner, you can get any kind of clue scroll. You can have 1 of that. If you do X marks the spot, now you can have 2 of any kind of clue scroll. If you kill a mimic after you do X marks the spot, now you can have 3 of any kind of clue scroll. The way where this changes is now if you have to do 50 beginners, 100 easies, 100 mediums, 50 hards, 50 elites, and 25 masters to have 4 of every single clue scroll. And then to get 5, to stack 5 of every single clue scroll, you have to do 100 beginners, 200 easies, 250 mediums, 150 hards, 150 elites, 75 masters. Okay. So, I already have all that done. So here's the clips of me logging in and just getting everything. Yeah, with me. That was awesome. And then, what else? Oh yeah, Watson's board now tells you where you're at in your grind as to where you can stack your clue scrolls. This is good. This board, I'm pretty sure, has always been here. Tells you how many completions you have altogether. And then it tells you your rank. I want to know what my rank is. I have over 2,800 clue scrolls done. And then there's a mobile survey if you wanted to do that. Now, this part of the update made me real upset. The steel ring now gives plus 24 crush defense bonus alongside the plus 24 stab and plus 24 slash. That's not what made me mad. What made me mad was Tazars now have a 40% weakness to water spells. I put out a video this week, my second best video. Thank you for all the support and everybody that commented on it and said what they had to say. I really appreciate that. We got over 600 views. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm really upset about them messing this up because I tried to go do an Inferno, which went awful, by the way. I died, completely wasted a bunch of Slayer points trying to get a Zuck task to see if I could use water spells. I'm not that good at the game. So, I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon, but I'm just upset that I did a Jad fight. I did a Jad fight, got a bunch of views, and I don't even think that it was actually implemented in the game, or this was a mistake putting this in the blog post, but I don't think it was because the Giant Rock and the Black Demon and Nightmare Zone now have the same elemental weakness as their quest variants. So it feels like somebody messed up adding the elemental weaknesses to the game last week. And I don't even think that my video that I put up of the Jad fight even has the buffs, but I could be wrong. Very interested in to see what people think about that. Speaking of stacks, Duke's potions and mushrooms now are stackable. So when you're doing Duke, you can just, instead of like getting one mushroom and grinding it up and then getting another mushroom and then getting another mushroom and then 2 mushrooms being in your inventory take up 2 inventory spots. Now you get a bunch of mushrooms and they only take up 1 inventory spot. Same with the potions. Make your potions, now they're stackable. So now you don't have to drop all your supplies at the door. Who would have thought of that? It's like we should have done that on day 1. You also can no longer use 2 potions on Duke and just waste them when you're spam clicking. So that's really good. Baboons, shamans now have 40 HP, and cursed baboons now have 20 HP in Toa. I feel like that was done last week. You can now ground or left click feed Duke mushrooms too, by the way, but I don't do that. I feel like the HP for the monkeys was already done, was supposed to be done last week. I could be wrong about that. Thralls in the Kefri room no longer count towards Arcane Scarab hits, or to the Arcane Scarab hit count, so it won't just teleport away when you're in Toa. Let's go look at the Toa changes, actually, to see if that was done last week. Changes to rooms. Remove 2 waves of baboons. Cursed baboons and baboon shamans now always take maximum damage from range to complement. Their HP has been increased slightly. See, I feel like the HP was supposed to be increased last week, and it hasn't been increased this whole week. I could be wrong about that, but that's what it sure seems like, doesn't it? Oh man, this is the old blog for the Clue Scrolls. If you were wondering how they switched it up, I just went back to compare notes before I made my video. I got some stuff wrong in a Cerberus video, and people let me know, and I will try to do better to put out more accurate content for you guys. I do appreciate you commenting and leaving your opinions. However, I do feel like the Void Waker does hit more with the Oath Plate. Maybe not max hit-wise, but it hits higher, more consistently. Come at me if you want to. It's fair. Where are we at now? Oh, yeah. The keys from Obor and Briarfight now are more common. So they're 1 out of 16 instead of 1 out of 32. Thank God. And this is going to be really good with the clue update, because as somebody that still has to get his 600 beginner clues, and God help me, I need a green log before that's over. I can just stack 5, go do them, stack 5, go do them while I'm killing that boss, and I don't need keys anymore, which is awesome. So that's perfect. You one hit the saplings now, or the Briarfight growthlings actually is what they're called. And if you have an axe or magic secateurs equipped, and then there's a newly added cooldown for the Briarfight growthling spawns should now be more consistent. So I don't think they spawn back as fast, especially if you're melting the boss. I'm in max gear, so that doesn't affect me too much. But for somebody that's mid-level or low-level, for sure. Monster Inspect now requires 2 body runes, 2 mind runes instead of 2 cosmics and 2 minds. Corrected grammar in the Gauntlets lobby, and then, you know, just they're fixing typos and stuff like that. So one other bug fix that they did, magical special attacks weren't working correctly on flying enemies, so that's been fixed. Speaking of flying enemies, I do want to put a video out on Arma. I know I'm going to try to do like 100 kills of it each before I get it out. Maybe on Slayer Task, maybe off Slayer Task. I don't know about that yet. It might not be 100. It might just be an hour. 100 might be too much. I might go to Armor for an hour in Torva versus Oath Plate, see what Slash and Stab do. If that's not a good idea, flame me in the comments. So yeah, overall, this was a huge buff to clue scrolls and the people who stack them and drop them and rotate them. To all the haters out there that are upset that we can still have an hour clue timer and stack clues in our inventory, well, too bad. This is what the community wanted. We always wanted the hour clue timer. That's the best thing in the game. We really didn't even need to stack clues, but now that you did it, it's way more OP. Thank you so much. It's going to save me a bunch of time, and I'm not going to have to leave people if I'm doing group content. That's pretty much all I have for you today. Let me know if you have any comments about this, if you think they're going to nerf it, if you think it's abusing that you can stack more than 5 technically now. And then let me know how you've been with the summer sweep up. Let me know if you like the changes. Y'all be easy.